Dr. Buchel. The times are changing. The times are changing, people. And I will tell you. I'll tell you why. Because back when I was in 6th grade, the year was 1980. I lived in Tiburon. And in 6th grade, I used to have my math book, my history book, my English book, a backpack, and I would walk 1.5 miles down to the Bel Air School from my house. I'd go to class, and at the end of class, I would walk back. The teacher would draw on the blackboard with the chalk. She'd take out the erasers and clean them at the end of class. I'd walk back to the house. We had one telephone, and it had a big cord. It was attached to the wall, and you had about maybe a 10-foot radius with that big curly cord that you could put back up there. And if the phone rang, you'd holler, "Hey, it's for you." Come back in there. We had one television. At the time, there was about 4 or 5 channels: ABC, CBS, PBS. All that's changing now. All that's changing. I remember one time, my report card came in the mail when I was in school, and my mom said, "That's addressed to me, to the parents of Mark Cooper. That report card," I said, "That's my report card. Come on, what are you talking about?" It says, "To the parents of Mark Cooper. This report card is addressed to me." I felt kind of violated. That's all of my hard work? That report card is addressed. It's none of my business, my report card? That's right. I had a report I was doing. It was on a small country in Africa. So what I wanted to do was take a whole bunch of, I went to a travel agency and I got a whole bunch of pictures. I got all these catalogs from the brochures, cut out all the pictures, put the gross national product and the pictures of the beaches and all. I put this report together and I got a B on it. I was really excited. Well, I'll tell you what, the times are changing, and here's why. Because my daughter now, Morgan Cooper, is going to 6th grade. She's going to 6th grade. She's living in the very same house where I lived. She's living in the same house. She's going to the very same school where I went when I was in 6th grade. Do they have the math book? Do they have the English book? Do they have the history? No. What they're giving the students now is a MacBook Air. That's right. Every kid in 6th grade gets a MacBook Air when they're going to school. All the grades, they're online. They're real time. Any night, she can go on to the cloud, look at all of her assignments, look at all of her homework, see what she's getting for her grades. That telephone with the cord, remember the 10 feet? It's for you. We all have phones now. My 6th grader is the only one of her friends who doesn't have an iPhone. Those parents are paying $50 a month for a 6th grader to have an iPhone in 6th grade. What do they need that for? Not only does my kid have a phone, well, we gave her an old laptop. She has an iPad, and now she's got 2 laptops because she's got the MacBook Air, and she has the MacBook Air and the laptop that we gave her. I called Morgan in, and I said, "Hey, I'm working on this presentation. I'm working on a speech for my networking group." I thought I was going to impress her. I said, "Come on over here. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do this presentation." And she looked at this and she goes, "Dad, this is just like Keynote. This is just like Keynote. We're doing this in school." Oh! We're doing Keynote in school. She said, "First of all, you want to have one graphic on every slide. No more than 4 or 5 bullet points. And Dad, these are talking points. Go on to Google Images when you want to download all your pictures here." And she just kind of pushed me out of the way. And she put my whole presentation together. I was trying to impress her with my knowledge. And in 6th grade, they're doing presentations. But it's not just about the visuals. They're talking about the talking points, the presentation skills. You're not gonna, she said, "Dad, you're not going to just stand there and read with your back to the group. What you're going to do is use those and expand upon the talking points of that." What is a parent to do? She asked me for help with the math homework. I have no idea what the 6th grade math homework. Are you kidding me? Last night it was rephrase this question to make it a statistical math problem. Oh my gosh, she's right. It was the high school scored the basketball team was what? And she goes, Dad, how am I supposed to change this to make a statistical problem? I said, sweetie, I got to be honest with you. I have no idea what a statistical problem is. Is this my 5-minute warning? Thank you. She said, well, what you need to say is, what did each person score and what was the average score of the total team per player over the course? I said, in 6th grade, they weren't about this statistical stuff? Well, the good news is, she's also a Girl Scout. And the Girl Scouts, not only are they selling cookies, which I might have mentioned, but they have a badge. The Girl Scouts have a badge they can earn. And you know what that badge is? The public speaking badge. What the Girl Scouts need to do is get up in front of a group of peers or adults and practice, rehearse a speech, and get feedback about that speech. So I invited a few of our experienced Toastmasters to help me and the Tiburon Club, and those Girl Scouts are going to be invited back to come to our club and possibly do a Girl Scout table topics where the Girl Scouts are going to compete. Now I knew who's going to win because they're all going to win because we can't have any favorites in there. The times are changing, but the times are also staying the same because in over 50 years, the criteria to be a CC or an ACB or an ACS, Advanced Communicator Silver, has stayed the same. And the basics of becoming a public speaker are the same. Forget about YouTube and Facebook and the cloud and iChat and Skype and everything else. The fundamentals of public speaking are the same. And with this speech, I've concluded my 12 speeches, and I am now an Advanced Communicator Silver!